How are you?
Erin. Hey, happy Census Day.
Yes.
This day. We're here. We're counting.
Yeah, that's it. It's happening. Welcome to the 2020 Census Day Living Room Festival. Woohoo! We have a full 4 hours of great speakers, musicians, community leaders, and civic leaders like Erin Hannigan.
Yes.
Mm,
Hi.
Hi, welcome. And maybe we can go introduce ourselves and then we can have a conversation with Erin. How about that? How does it
That's
sound?
Sounds
great.
good.
Okay, so I am one of the co-hosts, Ericka Erickson, a program manager at Children's Network, coordinating also the Solano Kids Count campaign, where we have over 30 organizations participating in promoting the census to families with small kids. And because we had this shift in our way of living in the last 2 weeks, we had to be creative and turn around and create this Census Day alive, or like living room festival. And I'm glad that we have technology to help us with that. And then one of our ambassadors is Jamila. Do you
Woo!
want to introduce yourself? Woohoo!
Hi, Jamila. Everybody. Hi, Erin. Hi, how are you?
Good.
That's good.
Like I have my shirt on.
Yes,
Yay!
yes. I know, huh?
Nice.
Wait, can't see my
We're
shirt.
all.
Hey.
So, I am Jamila Hanif. I am a family home child care provider here in Solano County in the city of Vallejo. I'm the executive director of Watch Me Grow Inc. I am the president of Solano County Licensed Family Child Care Association. And today I am representing as an ambassador for Solano Kids Count Census 2020. Yeah.
All right. I
Okay,
guess
so Paulo
I'll
go
jump
next,
in.
and then
Yeah,
we have
guys.
Erin.
I'm really happy to be involved. My name is Paulo Prezotto. I am a media person. Also work in event production. I'm part of the stage team that got to stay home because 100% of the events we were working on got canceled, and we had to quickly find a way to stay connected and to keep our minds sane and occupied and creative. So jumping into live streaming was the way to go, and I'm glad to be here.
Thank you, Paulo. And Paulo is such a great artist in the Brazilian community in the Bay Area. He produced shows and has vast experience with event production, and then also as a musician with the forró band for Dona Francisca,
That's
right?
right. We're gonna
Uh,
play some music tonight, or
yeah.
today. I keep saying tonight. Maybe it's my
Yeah.
It's
glasses.
going down all night. Party.
So, with no further ado, I think that we will welcome Erin and have a conversation. So, Erin, why don't you introduce yourself?
Great. Nice to be here this morning supporting Census Day. Erin Hannigan, Solano County Supervisor. I am chairwoman of the board. And that's my dog. Sorry. Most of us are at home. And a huge champion of children in our community in Solano County, obviously children anywhere, but certainly focused on the kids here in Solano. And a huge supporter of all of you. Paolo, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so happy to be here.
Okay. So can you tell us, thank you we thank you for joining us. So
Yeah.
it's always great to see you. I love you, Erin. You know, I have nothing but love for you.
You know it's mutual.
Yeah, yeah. So can you tell us what you're responsible for in Solano County?
Well, a lot of things. Certainly, the welfare of people, making sure that folks have places to live, food to eat, and are taking care of their needs in terms of medical and mental health. We also manage a big budget at the county as well, looking for ways to really to deliver services to our community members that are innovative and actually meet their needs. That's kind of that's my goal, is to connecting people in the community to the county. We have a lot of great stuff happening there, and a lot of good things happening out in our neighborhoods. And so having that connection and being that conduit to me is very important.
Yes, yes. And we see your work. We see what you're doing. That's why you got reelected. We see what you're doing.
Well, it's a passion of mine. It's hard to put that down.
Okay. So as far as the COVID-19, like, what do you see? What lessons do you see is being taught to us during this COVID-19?
Ooh, so many lessons. Aren't we learning a lot about life? Oh my gosh. Well, having just came off of a pretty rigorous campaign, I was looking forward to some relax time in the sunshine. Well, that didn't happen because of COVID-19, and it'll be there when this is all over. But I think, we're definitely we're social beings. We love to be together, whether it's hanging out at a park or at a party or at a restaurant or walking down the street in the grocery store. We love to hug and shake hands and do all these things to connect with others. And I mean, for many of us, this has been very difficult, to
When Brandon isn't here, I'm so lonely.
Well, you'll have to join us on House Party. So there are these apps
Okay.
where you can connect with multiple people, and I highly encourage it to help, particularly for those of us who are extroverts and used to busy schedules, not just 9 to 5, but certainly after 5 and on the weekends, like myself. I think we've learned to connect with people in many different ways, and certainly connect with people we may not have had time to connect with in the past. That's been my case. I've made it a point to call people I've been wanting to call, and visit from a distance people that I wanted to catch up with and knew they were housebound. So I think we're learning a lot. I think coming out of this, we're going to all be a little bit paranoid.
Yeah.
We're not going to run out of TP. We're going to run out of lotion because our hands are so dry.
So dry.
From all this
Yes.
washing.
Yes.
A lot of washing. Yeah.
Yes.
It's feeling.
It is.
A lot of washing. And of all things, right? So now we're home. Some of us are ordering food out. I don't know about all of you, but I'm cooking more at home than ever. And so I'm running my dishwasher like every other day, which was once a week.
Okay, that's funny. Okay, so so we're here for the census, right?
Yes.
So Solano County has been identified as one of the hard to count areas, like especially Vallejo. I'm Vallejo, so especially Vallejo. So I really believe that it's lack of understanding. A lot of people feel that their information isn't safe, secure, protected. Can you just tell me, from your perspective, tell everyone out there the importance of the census and why they should participate?
Yeah, I think there's a couple of reasons why people don't do it. They think it's going to take a lot of time. I filled out the census and it took me 2 minutes. Now, I was just counting myself. I have adult children who will need to count themselves, and I remind them every day that they need to do that. Now is a perfect time to do it, since a lot of us are working at home. Take
Right.
10 minutes
Right.
and focus on filling out the census. And it's so important that you count your kids.
Yes.
Yeah. So it comes down to two things.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is money, and the other is congressional seats and representation of our state at the federal level.
Yeah.
I'll talk about the money first because that seems to be more tangible. If we aren't counting every individual that lives in our community, we're not going to get funding to support those individuals. So we're going to get funding if there's 10 people and only 7 people fill out the census and all 10 need help, we're going to have to take that 7 people money and stretch it over
Five
10
against 10. Yeah.
for the next 10 years, right? So it's not just something you do because of today. You do it because of 10 years down the road.
Right.
And we have to keep that in mind. Our schools need that money. Our child support needs that money. Our adults who seek resources need that money. Our counties need that money. Our cities need that money to be able to provide services. And all it takes is for you to spend no more than 10 minutes for us to be whole for the next 10 years. Yes. And so, I mean, I think it's hugely important, and it's kind of fun to fill out. I think the other thing, so that was 2. Mm-hmm. But then there's this one personal sort of aspect to the census that I found after doing Ancestry DNA. Mm-hmm. And that is that they found my relatives. Yeah. I know who was living in those homes. I know how old they were. I actually, because of the information I got off of the census, decades ago, relatives, yeah. like I don't know, 70
it's like
years
75 years ago, because we want people to know that information is not being released anytime soon. So we want them to know it's 75 years or something.
Oh yeah, no, it's long ago. And wouldn't it be fun for your offspring's to be able to figure, hey, when mom was this age, she lived here, and then they drive by that house.
Great, that's great. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Erin. Thank you for joining us today. You are very important in our community.
I appreciate that.
Very important in our community.
So are all of you. Thank you for the work you're doing. I know it is a challenge and it's uphill, but it can be fun, and you're making it fun, and you're getting people engaged in the process. So here we are, Census Day 2020. Woo!
Thanks again.
Yeah.